What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Power Button Podcast. I'm your co-host, Darren Bowmouth Beasley, and who are you?
I'm your co-host, Josh Meaney.
That's goddamn right. And today we're here to talk about a bunch of dumb shit. Today we're half in the bag, just like last time. This is going to be our new trend, I'd say. It's fun.
Hopefully
Makes the
not.
podcast better.
Hopefully not. Hopefully this fucking mic stand doesn't fall 30 times during the podcast. I won't touch it. All hands on deck.
Yeah.
As long until I get into my bag, and then I'm going to be
groping it like you do with your pecker.
Anyway, we got some dumbass topics to talk about. And I'll start us off with our first... Are you going to... Can you recover?
Okay. I'm just surprised you didn't have any kind of defense or nothing. Anyway. I mean, damn, dog.
It's going to roll on, all right? We got to keep this fucking train going. Because if it derails, we may never get it back. Episode may never come out. You guys may never see it.
Okay, what's the first topic then?
First topic is AMC theaters. You see that they're opening this month?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're opening back up. I believe the date was the 20th. But so they're opening back up. I got an email from them. I say it like I got the inside. AMC emailed me like, yo, we're going to be opening up in a couple weeks, you know. But no, because I got the AMC A-list. So they are starting A-list back up, which I was very worried about. I thought they weren't going to do A-list anymore because, I mean, they're in debt now.
Right.
So I didn't think that'd be something they do, but they are going to start A-list again. They have a whole bunch of precautions that they said they were going through. You have to have a mask when you're in there. Okay. I don't know if you have to have a mask while you're watching the movie. That's one of my questions I have because, like, the concession stands are open, so you can get popcorn, drinks. Like, do I really have to have my mask on in my seat?
Nope, impossible.
Right. So I want to know, though. You know, they weren't specific. They said you had to have a mask while you're in there.
Yeah, when you go in, it's like a restaurant. When you go into a restaurant, you have to have the mask on.
Take it
you
off
take it off when you sit down to go to eat.
Fucking hope so.
But you know, but just real quick before you go on, you know how useless and just absolutely useless that is. So I'm putting a mask on to walk into the restaurant to sit down and then I sit down at the table and take the mask off.
I thought that. I went to the beach last week. I thought the exact same thing. We have to have a mask on when you're in like stores and stuff and we went to the restaurant. But when we sat down, we were able to take it off, and I'm like, this feels kind of weird.
It's stupid.
I feel like I shouldn't take it off, but like I'm at a restaurant, so I got to eat.
Yeah.
But they're opening with 15-cent tickets on opening day.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So New Mutants is coming out this month. Tenet is coming out September 4th, which I'm going to go see. And then there's this other Russell Crowe movie. I can't remember the damn name of it. That's coming out. So there are movies that are finally coming out. They're opening this month. Are you skeptical? Because there's a lot of people who are very skeptical about going back to the movies. Are you skeptical at all? Are you like...
What's there to be skeptical about?
People are scared to go back to the movie theaters. They don't think it's safe. There's a lot of people saying, yeah, we're not rushing to go back to the movie theaters. But I don't see that as a problem because they opened up restaurants and people went right back to the restaurant. So I don't think, but comment section, people are scared to go back. So I'm like, I wonder how many other people are nervous to go back. But me, I'm going back to the movies. They open back up. I'm starting my A-list back up. I'm going to see Tenet on September 4th. Like, I've been wanting to see that movie. I finally can make it back to the movie theaters. I'm confident in all the precautions that they have. Like, yeah, they're being safe. There's less movie time, so they have cleaning between every movie. They put those special air filters. I don't know what they're called, but they've been doing this in places, special air filters that are supposed to help with it, like be more proactive on it. They're putting those in. Like, yeah, they're taking the right precautions. They cut capacity. Like, I feel fine going back to the movie theater. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, I don't... Yeah, and I'm excited to go back to the movie theater.
Again, I go to work, all right?
Right.
So, yeah, I'm scared to go to a movie theater that doesn't
That's probably taking even more precautions, you know
right.
what I mean?
No, I don't care about the movie theater. Like, obviously, I'm going to go if I want to go.
Right.
And again, if I was so concerned about getting the coronavirus, I wouldn't go anywhere.
Right.
Especially not a restaurant. And again, if a restaurant is very similar to a theater, then if people are saying, well, we can go to restaurants and that's open, and I'm not nervous about going to a restaurant, but a theater, I don't know.
It's
like, well, I don't know. I don't know exactly where the logic follows through with that. It's like it certainly doesn't go all the way. You know, it's like, yeah. See, you take the mask off during the theater,
right?
During the movie, if you're gonna eat popcorn. So I'm assuming they're going to seat people
Like
in
the
a
mask
specific
has to
way.
come off at some point.
Yeah, and I'm sure
Yeah.
they're going to seat people in a specific way to where they're not going to sell out the same way they normally
right.
would.
They're going to be more spaced out. and
Yeah,
stuff.
so someone can't sit right next to you unless
Mhm.
they're with your party or something
Yeah.
stupid like that.
So you can be over 6 feet.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm afraid to go to the movie theater. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're just a type to. You should be afraid to go anywhere.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, because I've seen a lot of people, like in the comment sections, like they're like, "Yeah, we're not rushing back to go to the movie theater." Like, and I'm like, I think they're taking the right precautions, and I can't wait to get back to a movie theater. Now they're playing a bunch of older movies, right?
That's
The
cool.
10th anniversary either came up or is coming up soon for Inception. So they're replaying Inception in theaters. I'm going to see it in IMAX. They're playing it in the IMAX in Methuen.
Oh,
I never got a chance to see that on the big screen. Now they're playing older movies. So another question I have for you. They're playing Empire Strikes Back on
Yep.
the theaters again. And I'm going to go see it.
Yep.
Because I never got to experience that. Is there any movie you could think of that you didn't get to see in the theaters that if they played it in the movie theater,
Predator.
you'd be like, Predator? The first one?
Yep.
That's a good fucking...
First Predator movie, I go to the
That's a
theaters
good
to see
one.
that. But I remember seeing Empire Strikes Back. I didn't go to see it in the theaters, but they had it in drive-in. They had a drive-in theater, and they were playing Empire Strikes Back, and I was looking at it, and I was like, that'd be kind of cool to go to a drive-in to see Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, because it's like
Um,
the older screen and everything.
Yeah, but that, in my opinion, I don't even know why I feel this way. Actually, I haven't really like delved into the reason why I wouldn't go see Empire Strikes Back in theaters. I guess it's because that movie didn't resonate with me like some of the other older movies, even if they came out around the same time.
Mhm.
Like, obviously, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I loved Star Wars when I was a little kid, and Episode 1 was the one that really got me into Star Wars.
That'd be a
like-
good one to see in the theaters, too.
Yeah, like, had it not been one for Episode 1, if they just made the original,
Mm.
I wouldn't be a huge Star Wars fan. I wouldn't be. Like, Episode 1, when I was like 6, and by the way, it came out in 1999.
99, yeah.
So I was
Like 4.
I was 4, but then it came to home video in 2001, I want to say. So I was 5 or 6, and that was Star Wars to me.
I
have
the same experience with it. The first Star Wars movie that my dad showed me was Episode 1. Then after Episode 1, he showed me all 4, 5, and 6. But those definitely resonated with me
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's the ones that at first we were watching the most.
Okay,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But the one, it wouldn't be Empire Strikes Back that I would pick if I have a choice. I just think
Okay.
the experience would be really cool to go see in the movie theater. But if I had a choice, I want to see Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah.
Like, me personally, I like Return of the Jedi more than I like Empire Strikes Back. I love Empire Strikes Back, but I don't know, man. I think of the old Star Wars movies, I think right to Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
Luke
okay.
in all black, he's got the green lightsaber. I think of the first scene in Jabba's palace. Like, I always think of Return of the Jedi. And the Jawas, and they got the like speed racer thingies.
Yeah,
Like I that's what I think of when I
I
think of the old
usually
Star
think
Wars
of New
movies.
Hope. That's
Really?
the one that I usually think of. Yeah. And it's funny that both of us don't think of Empire Strikes Back, even though Empire Strikes Back is like notoriously the best one out of the,
Critically,
the
that's supposed to
trilogy.
be, but it's not. It's
It's
not
not
my
the one
favorite
that I jumped to. It's not the
So,
one
what's
my
your
mind
favorite
jumps
one out of the original trilogy?
to. Oh,
It's because I think Empire Strikes Back is great. I think it's a great movie.
probably that
But
one though.
Return of the Jedi, I think I've seen it the most out of the original trilogy, and it's just the one I think of right off the bat. I'm like, yeah, everything that happened in Return of the Jedi.
I think my
and
favorite is Empire Strikes
him
Back.
fighting Darth Vader.
Yeah.
It's just everything in that. Yeah.
I like the way it ended. I like the way it ended a lot, and the way it
So
started. Like the beginning and the ending of that
Beginning
movie.
and the end, yeah.
Especially.
Mhm.
But Empire Strikes Back is probably my favorite. I mean, but I'm just saying, when I think of the originals, I think of Return of the Jedi. I don't know why. I think Return of the Jedi is the one that I saw the most when I was younger. For some reason, that's just the one that I saw
me too.
more.
That's the one my dad would put on the most.
I mean, I'm
It's
not
maybe
Return of
it
the
was-
Jedi. I mean, A New
yeah,
Hope.
A New
A New
Hope,
Hope
yeah,
is what I meant to
yeah.
say. Yeah.
But for me, Return of the Jedi, I feel like that's the one my dad put on the most for some reason. We always ended up watching Return of the Jedi. Like, that
Yeah.
was the one I've seen the most. And yeah, Luke in his prime.
Yep.
I just, oh my God. He's
Yep.
so dope in Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
But Inception, though.
Inception.
That's a great, I was late. I saw Inception for the first time last year. Me and
Really?
Casey watched it. I was
First
like, I've never
time?
seen this movie. It's directed by Christopher Nolan, got Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, I know like what it's kind of about. I thought until I saw the movie. But like, yeah, I'm like, I know this movie is said to be really great, and I missed it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we sat down and watched it, and I was like, man, this movie's great. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I wish I saw this in the theater. It'd be a
Right.
great movie to see. It reminded me a little bit of Doctor Strange, like when the
Yeah.
city comes up, like, and Doctor Strange in the theater was incredible.
It was insane.
But Inception is definitely something. Yeah, I'm gonna go see it. I think it's August 20th, I believe, is the date that it comes out.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go check that out.
My dad
I
will
think that'd be a
definitely
cool
want to see that.
experience.
Me and my dad will probably go see it because my dad really likes Inception.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't really like. I mean, me too. Like when I think about
I
it,
like it. It took
the-
more time for me to like it more. The more I think about Inception, the more I end up liking it. Like when it ended, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I love the ending. I loved the. That's actually one of the
understand.
best.
I'm like, I felt like it was such a cliffhanger. You know?
I felt like it was one of the best endings for a movie that I've ever
It's
seen.
insane. It is insane.
It's actually so good that I think about it every now and then. It's one of those things that just sticks with me. I mean, I haven't seen that movie in probably 6-7 years. I saw it the time it came out. I might have saw it again after that. I haven't seen it in a long time. I think about that ending at least once a week.
So crazy.
Once a month.
It's so
maybe
fucking crazy.
maybe like a couple times a month. I'll just think about like, wow, when that shit was rolling and you didn't know if it was gonna fall or not.
Yup. And then it just ends. Insane. Like
That's one of the greatest. I can't imagine.
it has to be in the top movie endings. Oh,
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to think. It ended, and I'm like, what?
Right.
Just left me dumbfounded. Insane. That movie is so good. And Tenet seems like it's in that same.
I don't know about Tenet.
You don't know about Tenet?
First of all,
I think it looks so good.
I want to say, even though I love Christopher Nolan, I don't even know about Christopher Nolan.
Really?
You know, he made Inception, and I have some problems with Inception.
I don't have a whole list of Christopher Nolan movies that I could go through that I loved. You know?
Well,
'Cause
I'm just
I can't
saying.
even-
I'm just saying. He made
besides Dark
Inception, and I
Knight.
had some problems with Inception. Overall, I think the ending again is absolutely incredible. I think certain scenes that he had with DiCaprio, and he goes in the elevator and he meets his wife in the hotel room that she jumped out of the insane.
Yeah.
And the Dark Knight trilogy is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you
God
seen
damn.
Interstellar? I never got a
I
chance
did.
to see that movie.
I didn't like that movie.
You didn't? I never got a chance to see that movie.
That movie is, and I'm gonna piss a lot of people off with this. That movie to me is ass.
Really?
Ass.
That's crazy. So many people love that movie.
People adore that movie, and I'm like, I gotta watch it. I have
Yeah.
to watch it. I watched that movie. I'm like,
I gotta
yo,
see it
this
for
is.
myself. I gotta see.
I can't. I wouldn't. God, I thought that movie was so bad. In fact, I thought it was so bad I didn't even think I was gonna watch the whole thing. I paid for it. I rented it, and I was like halfway through it, like, I can't even watch
Wow.
this. This is stupid. I thought it was dumb. That's not to say there isn't cool parts in it, sure.
Mhm.
But
But
as
overall-
a movie, get the fuck out of
Because
here.
Inception to me was great, and what there was Prestige. You ever seen the Prestige? I really liked the Prestige. It was with Hugh Jackman
I heard
was in
about
it
it.
and Christian Bale,
I heard about it.
and they're like magicians. And, oh yeah, I love
And
that
Dunkirk.
movie. I didn't see Dunkirk.
I didn't
was
see
that good?
Dunkirk either, but I hear that people
I hear it
like
was good
that.
too, but I also heard Interstellar's good.
Right. Well, see, you know
So,
what I'm starting to
like-
think? I'm starting to think there's just like a bunch of fanboys for Christopher Nolan.
Oh, there
Anything
is.
that he
People
drops
praise him,
is-
but like I don't have the right amount of like. I haven't seen that many Christopher Nolan movies to be like, yeah, he's. You know what I mean? I've seen the Dark Knight trilogy, Prestige, and Inception.
Yeah.
And I think Inception's great. I love Batman Begins and Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises I like. I wouldn't say
too.
I love Dark Knight Rises, but I love Batman Begins.
Well,
and I
think
love
about,
Dark
and the
Knight.
thing with Dark Knight Rises is think about I don't know how much I like Dark Knight Rises a lot.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I think
too.
it has some issues.
I wouldn't say I love that.
Right.
movie.
I think it has some issues, like
Mhm.
obvious glaring issues, and
Yeah.
that's the problem with Christopher Nolan, in my opinion. But what I'm saying is, like, Bane as a character, and see, here's the thing with Christopher Nolan that I noticed from watching all his movies, is he has parts in his movies that are culturally significant.
Mhm.
Like, everybody knows the parts of the movie.
It's like James Cameron.
like kind of like
a
James Cameron. Kind of
yeah.
like James Cameron. Like Bane is everyone knows Bane.
Mhm.
And they're the way he talks and when he fought Batman, I was born in the dark.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. Even
Yeah.
if they don't even like the movie, they know it. It's like
Mhm.
same with The Dark Knight. You know, you could say same with Interstellar. Like there's that movie has a renowned, like the whole thing with this black hole. I'm not going to spoil the movie for you, but like the
But
thing
I've
with this
seen
black hole and
scenes
people talk about
of
this black
the
hole
movie.
conception. It's like there's people online that really get into this science about a black hole and what it means. It's like people really get into Christopher Nolan's. It's almost like his scenes are better than his movies.
He makes
or the
great
concept of the movie is almost better. And this is my
I would
opinion.
almost say Zack
better than the
Snyder
movie.
does that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like he creates these scenes
that
are just like wow. But like
yeah.
when the grand, like Batman vs Superman, visually there were some scenes even with meaning behind it. Even in Man of Steel,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Everything with Zod, like certain
Yep.
scenes they would do. So I would say Zack Snyder does stuff like that.
Zack Snyder does yeah. But Christopher Nolan does all types of movies.
Yeah.
Where Zack Snyder typically does. Well, he did do 300, but other than that, he did The Watchmen and he did
Sucker
this
Punch.
Batman. Yeah, Sucker Punch, which I heard was
I heard it was
shit.
awful. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
And then Batman versus Superman, and then Superman, and then if he does the Batman movie, or he's not doing the Batman movie though.
No,
right?
no.
No.
Matt Reeves.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, Tenet. If people say it's
I
fire,
like
I'll
that
still
Robert
be skeptical
Pattinson's
about
in
it.
a whole bunch of stuff now. He's going to be in the Batman. He's in Tenet. I just saw this trailer for this movie. I think it's called The Devil All the Time. It's going to be a Netflix movie. It has Tom Holland, and it had Robert Pattinson, and Sebastian Stan, who plays the Winter Soldier, was also in it. And it had a great casting. The guy who played John Connor in Genesis,
Okay.
that guy, and he's really good. But it was crazy because it's a dark movie, and seeing Tom Holland play like that in the trailer, like you got to watch this trailer. Like it makes me interested just to see Tom Holland play such a different kind of character
that's interesting,
and really like show his acting chops. But Robert Pattinson seems like he's a big part in it too, and he's like, oh, he's popping up and all this stuff. He did The Lighthouse, like, because man, that guy's fucking, he's so good.
He's a great actor.
And John David Washington, he's the star of Tenet. You haven't seen Black Klansman, right?
No, but I know the guy.
He's so good. Yeah, Denzel Washington's son.
I've seen him. I know him.
He's so good. And just him and Robert Pattinson, and then Christopher Nolan directed movie. It seems like it's in the field of movies I would like, the way it was, with times moving backwards. Like, yeah, and it seems like it's going to be great in IMAX September 4th. That's going to be
we'll see.
I'm seeing.
We'll see. I mean, even if people say it's fire, I'll still be skeptical about it just because it's Christopher Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll see about it. I hope it's fire. I hope I love it.
I hope I love it too. It has all the right, the ingredients to be great.
All right.
It really does. It has all you just gotta mix it right.
So I wanted to talk about Warzone.
So
what do you think of Warzone? You played?
I played Warzone for the first time about 2 weeks ago, and you've probably been playing. I downloaded Warzone on my PlayStation months ago.
Okay.
And never actually ended up playing it because I talked about this before on the podcast. I'm in a different place with Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty religiously through middle school and high school.
Right. Yeah.
And then after Black Ops 3, I really just fell off. I was just tired of playing like the same game over and over. I played Warzone like 2 weeks ago. It is fire.
Yeah.
And it is different.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like it. I liked it. I think it's just a me thing now because I played for a couple hours and then I haven't had the urge to play it again.
Okay.
Just haven't picked it up. But I do think that's great what they did. Taking it in a different direction. It's so much more fair now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like the way it is and the whole battle royale. I think it's great what they did.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's a good thing for Call of Duty to start doing. But it wasn't enough to get me back really into Call of Duty. Yeah, I was hoping it would. It was fun. I played for a couple hours, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just done with the whole first-person shooter online thing.
Yeah, I played Warzone extremely skeptical because again, my history with Call of Duty, I'm done with Call of Duty. I haven't played a Call of Duty game in I don't know how many years. And I will say that as much as I love Warzone, it hasn't provoked me to buy the latest Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I still haven't bought it.
Yeah.
And I probably never will. Because what I like about Warzone...
I only played because it was free, and even then, it took me months to actually end up starting up the game. And
so that's the thing, though. I really want to say that... excuse me. That Warzone, I don't even like that type of game. You know what I mean? like the battle royale type of game.
Oh, you don't?
No, like player unknown
I like it.
battleground.
It's exhilarating. That's why I like it. It's just fucking.
Well, have you played
Also-
player unknown battleground? Have you played that?
No.
Fortnite? Have you played it?
PUBG. That's what
Yeah,
that is.
PUBG,
But
yeah.
I've never played. I played
Okay.
Fortnite. Yeah.
That's it, Fortnite?
That's
What do you
really
think
it
about
for Battle
Fortnite?
Royale. I like Fortnite.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it. Like I had fun for a little bit, but I just. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
It's just, like I
so-
said, it's probably just a me thing. I guess I'm just done with games.
Well,
like
that's
that.
the thing. Like, if I'm playing a multiplayer game, I know I've said this to you before. I might have said it on the podcast before too. I don't even know. But if I'm playing a multiplayer game where it's competitive and I'm fighting against somebody else, you better have the same weapons roughly as I do. And
Right.
if you don't have the same weapons roughly as I do, it's because you got them from knowing the map. Like if you play Halo, you'll know where the sniper spawns, you'll know where the rocket launcher spawns. Those are special weapons dedicated to that map, and they're in specific spots.
Yeah.
So you having more experience playing the game would know where those weapons are, and based off of your experience playing the game, you might have an advantage over me. That
Right.
is obviously goes in line with any game that we play. If you have
It's
more
a lot more fair.
experience, if you have more experience playing that game, you should be better at it, should have advantages than I do.
And that was
With-
my main problem with Destiny. That's why I ended
With
up
Destiny,
stopping
that was a big
Destiny
problem with
after a while.
Destiny.
I was like, this isn't even fair
Yeah.
anymore. Like
You guys are level whatever, and
Yeah.
I'm getting shellacked by your
Yeah.
special gun.
Yeah.
Okay, so and that's what I had a problem with battleground. What would you call them? Like battle royale games.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, we're landing, and you picked up a shotgun, and I have a frying pan. Like a PUBG would start you off with like a dough roller. Like you pick up like a little melee weapon.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
just
know
because
where to
you
go
ran,
grab
and
the-
it's not even that you know where to go because everything's spawned randomly, so nobody even knows where to
There's
go.
not even like a general.
So exactly. So
Okay.
that eliminates the idea that you've been playing it longer, therefore you know where everything is. That is no longer the case. You just got lucky by walking into a certain area and getting whatever. With Call of Duty, with the pistol, if I get shots on target, especially on the head, and you just landed, it doesn't matter if you picked up.
It reminded me a lot of
P90.
Gun Game.
Gun Game.
Remember
oh,
Gun
oh,
Game?
yeah.
It was a lot like that. You start
Yeah.
off with a weapon and then you just
You go through,
and-
but you
yeah.
see, with Call of Duty, because the shooting mechanics is so realistic, it's like a pistol. If I catch you, you don't know where I am, and you have a AK-47 that you just got, a common weapon, and you didn't see me, and have my starting pistol, I could kill you. I could kill you reasonably fairly. It's like, okay, that levels the playing field. You know, I at least I spawn with a weapon that is dangerous enough to kill other players.
Yeah.
Okay, so and there's boxes everywhere. You walk into almost any building, you're going to hear the box and get to it. And even if it's a little box and you get a little Uzi, that gives you a slight advantage over the next guy. But if that next guy catches you off guard with his pistol, he could kill you. That's Call of Duty style Warzone. That's why I like it. I don't play any other
It's
battle
raw.
royale type of game.
Very raw.
Yeah. You pick
Yeah.
up. I picked up a throwing knife, and I have a pistol and a throwing knife.
Yeah.
You have a thermal scope, AR, whatever, but you don't even know where I am, and I'm onto you, and I throw that knife at you. It's like it
changed up the
balances out
battlefield.
the.
It switched up for what Call of Duty usually does. And that's
Exactly.
why I think it's dope. Like for people who are still into that, this is great. This is fucking awesome.
So you
I
played
just-
2 weeks ago. So was the stadium open? Do you remember?
I didn't play in a stadium.
Okay, so just the other day, maybe it was like 3 or 4 days ago. There's an area of the map called Stadium. It was always locked out. You couldn't go in. It was a gigantic football stadium, and you couldn't go inside it. Now they blew the roof off, so you can land inside it, and then you can go down to the basement. I thought that was pretty cool. I did that like a couple days ago. I updated it. But yeah,
it's cool. A free Call of Duty game, and they're adding stuff to it. That's awesome.
And I also want to talk about Halo Infinite.
What? Oh,
got-
about it getting delayed.
Yeah, Halo Infinite got delayed. This is what I've been waiting for. This is dog.
Your fucking moment. Why do you think it got delayed?
Why do you? Oh, I think it got
It
delayed.
didn't just get delayed for Craig.
Okay, I'm glad you asked that.
Because other things in the video look dope. It's just Craig looked fucked up.
Okay,
it was
here's the thing.
the general graphics weren't like trash. You know what I mean? All right, go on. Jesus.
I'm gonna fucking run this through the mud.
All right, get on with it. We're running out of time.
Okay, the problem with Halo Infinite. Oh God, where do I start? When you get out in the demo and you're watching it, if you watch these people on YouTube and they go through the video, they'll go through the gameplay and they'll pause it at certain moments and they'll slow it down at certain moments. I've only seen it with like maybe 2 other games, like Mass Effect Andromeda. I remember everybody was just like picking that game apart, but you didn't have to search very hard in Mass Effect Andromeda to find errors. Where in Halo Infinite, you might have to search a little bit harder. The reason why people are searching harder to find problems with Halo Infinite is because Halo Infinite is being released as the first game on the Xbox console that is supposedly supposed to be the greatest, most powerful, I shouldn't say greatest, most powerful hardware coming to a home console of all time. So your game, your flagship title that you're releasing alongside with it, better knock the socks off of anybody who could view it for even 5 minutes.
Right.
There should be no question. It should blow the competition out of the water. It shouldn't be like, I don't know,
Especially
I think Warzone looks better.
Halo.
A flagship title.
Yeah.
A franchise that you could say without Halo, Xbox wouldn't be where it is. That's how big Halo was back when Halo first came out.
Really, the only original they have that's
exclusive that exploded.
Yeah.
Exploded. It's like, okay, so if the new Halo game's coming out with your new console, and your new console is supposed to be the most powerful console ever, that game better, again, knock the socks off of everybody.
Fire.
And it didn't. It didn't. It doesn't matter if it looked like 2008 or 2009. That's besides the point. It's Halo Infinite on the best console. I say best. Most graphically,
but it looks pretty close to the last Halo they just made.
And it shouldn't. It should look leagues ahead of it. And the fact that it isn't was the big blowback. And that's the reason why everyone's just going crazy over it. And that's why the reason why the meme started.
So you think they're delaying it so they can work on the graphics?
Yes. What happened was, in my opinion, what happened was when there's a couple things I think they knew that they couldn't
recover from.
No, they couldn't recover from it. And one of the things was Craig. Let's be serious about it. How many times have you seen a community of gamers make a meme out of a demo of a video game? That shit went viral because it was that bad.
And that means something
now.
That
means something, dog. That doesn't happen.
The world we live in now.
That doesn't happen. Like, they couldn't deny it.
Yeah,
they looked at that brute's face like,
right
yo,
our
shit's bunk as hell. Okay, so, and then there was a couple other things that I want to touch on. The grass was disappearing. Okay, so he was walking through, the people slowed the video down to see every nook and cranny. As he's walking through the grass, patches of grass going, they're popping in and out. They're popping in and out. So what 343 Industries said, they said, well, this is a demo of a dev kit that's 3 months old. It's not even actually the final game. It's not even close to the final game. Okay. Right? Okay.
That's fine.
That's fine. It's just a dev kit, right? When have they ever demoed a dev kit?
That's odd. They always come with, like, when we see demos of new games, most of the time it ends up looking better than what we actually even end up getting. They come with their full shit.
It looks better than the game. This looks horrible. Okay, wait. They came out and said, well, was this running on the new Xbox? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. That wasn't running on the new Xbox.
Why not?
Why not?
So they're really...
They ran it on a computer and they said, don't worry, guys, the computer has the same specs as the Xbox.
I want to chalk it up to them just being real sloppy with their advertisement for their new Halo, but then now they're delaying it, so that worries me. That makes me think, like, all right, well, is there really some graphic shit you guys have to work on?
It's sloppiness on the entire project. It's with the marketing. It's with the advertisement. It's with the the E3 demo. It's with the actual demo, the way they showed it. It's with the game itself. It's with the graphics. It's with the entire project seems to be lazy as hell.
I wouldn't even say that much until they ended up delaying it.
Until they delayed it. See, that's the thing.
That's
I was coming out being like, yo, this game looks like trash. And I remember talking to people at my job, and they're like, nah, they're going to get it right. They'll get it right.
But that's what I was thinking, too. I said that on the last episode when we were talking about Halo Infinite.
Yep.
Oh, was it on the last episode? It was on some. We were talking about it at some point. I don't think it was on the podcast. But I said, I'm like, all right, well, it looks shitty. I saw Craig. I'm like, all right, but that's not going to be the game they're going to give. they wouldn't. Like they're not.
You see how you make that conclusion. They
but
wouldn't.
now that they delayed it, now I'm like, well, why?
Well,
Is there
well,
stuff
well,
you
Doc,
had,
what I'm
like? Were
saying
you
is-
really gonna release
but
a game that looked maybe a little bit better than the last Halo game? And that's really surprising they would even do that. Because
That's what I'm saying.
really like.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
okay,
too sloppy for
so-
a company like that.
exact for 343.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: Microsoft now owns Halo. They owned it since Halo 4.
Okay.
It's a part of a Microsoft game. It's like Gears of War.
Mhm.
Like Gears of War went down the trash. Gears of War Judgment was a Gears of War game that came out a long time ago, and that was the first Gears of War game that came out ever since Microsoft acquired the studios that used to make Epic Games. They used to make Gears of War. Epic Games stepped away, just like how Bungie stepped away to go do Destiny. So now 343 Industries is in charge of Halo, and Microsoft owns it. So now you see the quality degrade. It's the same thing with Gears of War.
Why would Microsoft
Gears of War 4
do
5
that?
is the same thing because
That's
Microsoft
even
is
weird for them to do. Why would they get so?
because Microsoft is like EA. Microsoft is not a developing. They're not a developer team.
More of just
They're
business
a
people?
publishing market. That's what they do. They're publishers. Microsoft owns Xbox
So why are they so heavily have such a heavily
because
influence on everything going on?
because
If they're just
Because-
publishers, then they should just
Publish the game.
Maybe even advertise it, but not be working
That-
on the actual game. That seems weird.
that is the exact problem with EA. EA being a publisher ruins video games because the publishers, the big boys in the suits, come down and they go to the dev kit or they go to the development team and they say,
Mhm.
"We need multiplayer in this game. We need cooperative mode in this game." They say, "Guys, we're a year into this game. We can't just shove that in there." Well, you need to make it work. And so then the game gets all busted and janky and fucked up. It's like Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Respawn Entertainment did not want to give
It shouldn't
Titanfall
have
to
to
EA.
be that way. I mean, even if they want to say stuff like that, you meet with the team in the beginning of the game. You come up with what the game's going to be. Everyone should be on the same fucking page.
Yep.
Everyone should be on the same page.
It's not the case, though. That's not the case.
That's ridiculous.
And
And that
it's
even
dangerous-
happens with movies. That's just
Yeah. And it's dangerous with Naughty Dog.
Why?
It's dangerous with Naughty Dog. It's dangerous with actually a lot of Sony exclusives because Sony owns the game, not Naughty Dog.
right.
You see, back in the day, it was like, okay, Naughty Dog, I don't know specifically about Naughty Dog, but these companies like Bungie, who made Halo, they come out with Halo and they'd be like, all right, well, we have the control to do whatever the hell we want. No corporate. Microsoft is not going to come down on us and tell us how to make a game. They don't even know Halo. It's the first Halo game. So they have no reason to come down.
Good. You had a good episode. So
All right.
today on episode 30 of
30.
the Power Button Podcast.
I'm going to be 30 one day. Maybe.
Hopefully we're not still doing this
If I don't
shit.
get
Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, check out the J Meaney review. I'm going to watch Project Power on Netflix. I'm going to watch it and I'm going to do a review on it. I want to check that out. You know Project Power?
No.
It's a new superhero show starring Jamie Foxx on Netflix. It also has what's his name? He played Robin in Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, yeah. Jordan
Levitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I hope so. But it has to, and there's a pill that gives you superpowers for like 2 hours. It's like a short span of time.
Oh, okay.
And that's what the movie's about. And it's a new movie on Netflix. And I'm going to check it out. I'm going to do a review. So check that out in the coming days. And until next time.
Peace out, motherfuckers. Podcast sucks.
Yeah, it does. I'm so hungry,
Fucking
yo.
thing.